Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Joey Plays and Build, and today we're gonna play and build this volcanic walk-in exhibit for our Dimetrodon. So please do hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and let's get started in building this habitat. So we are heading into the 1993 Islam Nublar map. Guys, remember this is where we built our Archelon and Pterosaur exhibit. We also built a Tyrannosaurus Rex exhibit. That was the last video we did. Now we're gonna play with the volcanic theme. We did this with the Amargasaurus and the Majungasaurus. You got a little hint of some of the effects that we're gonna play. We're gonna play with the lights, and the effects is gonna show some sort of volcanic eruptions gonna head. It's very challenging, but hopefully we could pull this off. Now the creature that we're using is the Dimetrodon. Now at first it was going to be Maiasaura, and I think this was requested by Logan Fish, but in my opinion I felt like a Maiasaura probably doesn't fit the theme. Dimetrodon kinda does, and maybe because this is kinda like a nostalgic thing for me. Guys, ever read one of the children dinosaur books? Dimetrodon is always right in front or like in the background of an erupted volcano, right? That's always in my elementary books, and I felt like we could honor that and have a little reference with having a Dimetrodon. The attraction is going to be a zip line, something that I hardly use. So I remember back in the Majungasaurus video, I did mention how this little volcanic mountain is isolated far from the other attractions because it has an active volcano. So when the volcano's eruption, it's not safe for the guests to come by. But for this section right here, it is going to be a walk-in exhibit, so guests can actually walk into this area, but the only way to get in it and out is a zip line. Unfortunately, timing is in the wrong case and a volcano has erupted, so yeah, there's a little story in between there, but it's all fun. We're using lights. It's not an actual lava. It would be cool though that we could have some sort of an effect of a lava effect. I think Prehistoric Kingdom has that, or maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. I don't know. I've seen Best in Slot video that showcase a lava, or is that fire? I think that was fire. My bad. I get mixed up with some of the effects, but it'd be cool to have some fire in the game though. There's so much that this game has a lot of potential, yet we still wishful for some of these things could happen in the future. Maybe it does, but the best thing is having lights that showcase some sort of fire effect in the ground and lava effects coming spewing out from the mountain. So that's what we're playing in today. So it's going to be a walk-in exhibit with a Dimetrodon. We're going to have some restaurants there to accommodate our guests having a little lunch, brunch, while there's an active volcano right beneath the ground. It's a very, very funny exhibit, but hopefully you guys are entertained and maybe have some knowledge with it. Maybe you get something out of it, or maybe you have any suggestions for me to use, and I'll consider it in the next video or whatever. But please do lend me your ideas, comment down below, and yeah, let's get into the build. Alright, so we have ourselves a layout. It's a walk-in exhibit. We have our restaurant right in the center, and we got our volcano right in the background. Now, let's go ahead and play with some of the lights and the rocks, and this is possibly the one that it took a lot of time, but it's worth it in the end. So the rocks that I'm mostly using is the tropical rocks, usually number 5 or number 4, and what I'm doing is try to place them right in the center, because I'm gonna place the small little lights right in the middle, so that way the lights can reflect at the biggest part of the rocks, the part where you will see more of the brightness, because we want to get that huge light effect, so it can right in the distance. Once you zoom out, you will see that has this fiery glow. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see if that turns out the way I described it. If not, then hopefully at the end of the video you'll see where I'm coming from. Now, as for the lights, I don't know about you, but I felt like the classic lights number 2, this is the Jurassic Park design, fits much, well, in my opinion, it's much better than the rest of the lights, just because they're quite small, but they have this huge glow. So let's say you zoom in, you'll not notice that there's lights there, just because the rocks, not only the rocks can cover the lights, but it could also show the more reflections of the color, the red and the orange, better than any of the lamps that we have in the game. And one thing is that I like it how small it is, so you could squeeze if you rotate in the best position, you could squeeze into the tightest gap, so you could add as many big rocks. And if you could find the smallest gaps, that lamp, the Jurassic Park classic lamp number 2, can fit through it. So in my opinion, I felt like this is the best lamp in the whole decorations. Okay, so as for the lights, there's only or three, actually three colors that I use, and that is a mixture of red, orange, and yellow. Sometimes white, but I I don't place them in organizer or anything like that, because honestly, I don't know what is the real pattern of a lava effect. But I normally use those type of colors because I do look up, and usually lava have those type of colors. And yeah, I just place them as much as I've seen it fit. I use more of the yellow and the orange, more of a red, because, well, if you look at pictures of lava, it has more of the yellow and the orange. So hopefully it does turn out well. We'll see how it is. But yeah, this is the most time consuming that I have in the game, because this is just one half of the lava that we're spewing. We haven't even touched the volcano yet. Okay, so there it is. I usually use more of the orange and the yellow, and use the red as the highlights of it all. But I think it turned out really good. It seems like a volcanic in the right and down on the surface is about to come up from the ground and is ready to erupt. I really like that. Okay, now it is time for the volcano, and I think this is where I take, I think this took me like, I'll say almost an hour to do, but we'll see how this one turns out. Now again, I'm using the same method. I'm using only the giant tropical rock number 5 and 4, and then I'm gonna use the lantern lamps. The good thing is that I'm starting off with orange, because I felt like orange is going to be the main color, while the yellow, red, and white is going to be the highlight of it. It turns out really well, so the orange is probably the main color of it, and I'm so glad that it started off with the orange. Now this is basically how I've been doing it throughout the whole time, is just make sure that I have the lights right in the center of the rocks, and then the lava will spew all the way through across the lake that I have over there, so it would not go through the other side of the entrance, I mean the bridge, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, a little attention of detail for that. But yeah, so I raised up the slope a little bit, so that way the lava will not go through the attraction itself. And I think it came out pretty decent. Again, I like the Jurassic Park Classic lights number 2, because when you zoom out, it doesn't look like it's lights. Even if you zoom in, it still doesn't look like there's lights in there. Okay, now we're going to make the eruption happen, and we're just gonna go ahead and play with some of the lights that we have here in the game. And last but not least, a touch of highlights with some red, yellow, and light. Give it a little bit more of a realistic lava detail effect towards it. And there you have it, we got ourselves a volcano with lava. Now, we're not done with the habitat because we still have to build into the walk-in and bring in our Dimetrodon, but I felt like it looks alright. Look at that. Right in the distance, it feels like a volcano. You can hardly see the light, and it looks like it's just spewing lava out from the attraction, the habitat itself. So let's go ahead and continue building the rest of the habitat. Okay, so for this section, I want some sort of the ground kind of split open, and what you see beneath the ground is this spew of lavas trying to get out from the surface. That's basically what I wanted from here. So again, using the rocks, basically I'm using the number 4 rocks instead of the number 5, and having the lights right in the middle of the rocks will get that effect going, and hopefully it does come out really good. So let's just continue and see how that works. Hell, Fire, and Brimstone. I feel like it's very good. I'm very satisfied with it. We're almost done. It just still feel a little bit dark, so let's go ahead and add some light decorations here and there. Okay, so now we're gonna play with the lights. Now I felt like this is, again, we're going back to the fun part of the build. This is where we start to put any of our lights, our decorations wherever we wanted. Now again, you guys already know how much I love the classic wall sections. I really do. I don't know why. They're one of my favorite items in the game. Now hopefully the Dimetrodon doesn't go up into that bridge. That's not where they're supposed to hang out. I don't want them to hang out over there. I want them to hang out at the bottom of the exhibit. So I try to barricade as much items as possible. Now that I know that they could fit into that little window, or that little door, I gotta make sure I could squeeze in the gaps a little bit. Hopefully the planters is a good way that they would not step inside, because I want them to hang around into their area. That's where their food and water source is. But yeah, bring in some fountains, bring in some decorations. Even though it is a volcanic volcano, I still want to make my park to look pretty. So yeah, let's just play around with all of that. And last but not least, let's add a little bit of foliage here and there. Some of the foliage I use is the desert and the Mediterranean temperate and the autumn temperate. I really like this part of this section. It feels like a Japanese garden with the lights and all that, and maybe in the future we could build a Japanese gardens using some of the foliage that I place here. Again, the foliage I'm using the most are pretty much the small foliage. Again, it kind of symbolizes the Japanese garden. This is probably my favorite foliage right there, the large tree number 3 in the Mediterranean, because it does feel like a Japanese-esque foliage, something you see in your Japanese garden. So yeah, placing some of these foliage right there, and I feel like this is done for the habitat. Hopefully you guys feel any inspiration by all this, picking your own version of a volcanic habitat. Please do follow other Jurassic World Evolution 2 content creators, because I've seen a lot of amazing volcanic work, possibly more detailed than I am. So if you want to build your own volcano but you don't know where to start, my video could be the start, but I prefer you guys watch more than one video of building a volcano habitat. I suggest watching like Evolution Square. She probably made some. Montgomery Rex, Jurassic Tom, any of those content creators who have beautiful exhibit and try to implement into your modified version of it. But hopefully, again, this inspires you to build your own. And if it does, please do give it a like, subscribe to my channel, because this is what I build habitat. I hardly do finish a park, but my channel is building wonderful habitats for your dinosaurs or your marine reptiles, flying reptiles, and all that stuff. So please do hit that subscribe button because it really does help me a lot. Anyways, let's go into in-game and I'll showcase the habitat in full, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, we are in game, and yeah, this is the beach park that we built. We did a lot of stuff. Before we get started on with the volcano, I want to showcase the last video we did is the Tyrannosaurus Rex amphitheater exhibit. So there is our Rexy. So that was the last video, but we are going to focus on here. So this is the volcano. Now at the day, it doesn't seem, it's an okay exhibit in the day, but this is not a day exhibit. This is a night exhibit. We have our Dimetrodon. I really love the skin pattern. It's Sorona Desert and Palperona, I believe, with the is the purple one and has this purple cell. I think this skin pattern really fits the theme of the habitat we're going for. Now, obviously, when you in the day, you could obviously see the lights, which is so noticeable, especially far away. But again, this is not a day exhibit. This is actually a night exhibit. So let's go into environment and we'll go into night and we'll see how it turned out. And there you go. Let's go to capture mode really quick, guys. There you go. Far away, you could hardly tell there's lights involved. And the Jurassic Park was a classic light number 2 is possibly the best fit for this type of environment. And again, just like I mentioned, using the rocks kind of hide some of the lights, but also have this blend, like for example the shadows of the lights, for example like this, you can't even see the lights, just hide it a little bit and it looks like something is glowing somewhere in the bottom or whatever I'm trying to say, but that's what I'm trying to say. So this is our volcano, and yeah, there's a tons of lights, and I try to mix the colors, just so it could look like there's not a lot of red or not a lot of orange, but having having a mixture of orange, yellow, white, and red really does hit that tone. So we got ourselves a volcano here, which is pretty lovely itself. We got ourselves our Dimetrodon just floating around. So I like it how they only hang out here. This is what I wanted. I don't want them to hang out over here because I felt like they're just gonna get lost. I don't know, anyways, and I don't think I barricade this part, so I don't want them to be climbing up here. I want them to stay over here, so hopefully this does barricade him and not go to the other side. Notice there is no guest here just because I took away the entrance. Yeah, there's no entrance here. Now, I get this paranoia, and I think this is just me. Who knows? But usually, when I add too much detail in my park, the game starts to crash. That's the unfortunate side for a console player. So, and I feel like I've been doing so much work in this map already that I felt like my paranoia and anxiety is starts to catch up, and I don't want to lose this part. So I don't know. I feel like the having um, guest walking around probably going to lag the game. I don't know what you guys tell me what you guys think. Why is the consoles always crash or lag? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Why is that? But yeah, we have an empty park here. So this is where the guests should be walking. So they could be walking right here. They could go up into this bridge. And the reason why there's a bridge here, they could like chill and watch the lava flow. Don't you guys worry, they will not fall off. Oh well, hopefully they don't. There's a restaurant here, so they could eat while they're watching the Dimetrodon or all of that good stuff. So yeah, so there it is. We have done it. We made a volcano exhibit. I do want to thank one person, and that is Logan Fish for actually giving me this idea, actually making this attraction. And I felt like we're done with the volcano area. I don't know what else to add. Now I remember he did want a Myosora in here, but to be quite honest, I think I have another idea where I want a Myosora to be. When I think of Myosora, I think of a beautiful, beautiful habitat, not not a volcanic, kind of like a post-apocalyptic type of Armageddon we're going around here. That's not where I picture Myosora would be. But to each their own. I would love to see your type of habitats. Just build your beautiful volcano habitat right in the background and all that good stuff. But anyways, I hope you do like this video. Please do give it a like, subscribe for more habitat builds. We have a lot of parks if you guys don't know, and I would love your guys' input, suggestions, ideas, what have you. Please do drop it down in a comment and then I could consider it, all that good stuff. Anyways, this is it for me and I hope you guys do enjoy it. And I'll see you guys in the next build. Thank you guys for watching.